promised my mother I wouldn't fight past 40. I'm going to do this one fight and that's it. Now you're at 46 and you're talking about going on longer. What changed?
I'm going to change that anyway. Let me see what changed. See, you reminded me of something, because I'm getting kind of old. See, this picture here, I'm glad you reminded me of that, because I just felt it and I got on it. This is my mom. Big shit. I'm 46 years old, and I have no problem still carrying my mother around my neck. But the thing is, man, because she's always with me, no matter if it's in flesh or it's in spirit. But I feel like this, man, is that because I said that I was going to retire and I came back because I knew I had a lot to offer back to boxing. And I had two choices to make. Break a promise and not fulfill the ultimate climax of what I know I can do in the future. You would have never seen Kelly Pavlik if I'd retired. You would have never seen me take on Antonio Tarver right after I said I beat him. I said I might as well go because I become the first light heavyweight champion from a middleweight and come up to light heavyweight and win. And Ray Robinson couldn't come out for the 15th round in Yankee Stadium to fulfill that. If I would have kept my promise, you would have never got to see the great fights right after the promise. So to me, it's a trade-off. I'm glad I didn't retire. I'm glad I didn't stay retired. I did retire, but I'm glad I didn't stay retired because I would have been miserable as hell 3, 4, 5 years later, knowing that there's a lot of guys out there with history attached to it that I could have beat. So if I'm blessed to live 80, 90 years old, I'd rather take my chances with God or my mom later on in life to suffer through what I could have did, woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda. That's like cancer. To sit around knowing like, hey, you know, I'm leaving at the top of my game. I know I got fight in me. We know it's a risk, but I know I can beat certain guys. I know I can make history, and I just pray. I just pray that she would protect me and that I'm making the right decision. And you know what? At least for now, we can say at this press conference that even though I didn't stay in retirement, somebody loves me up there. And she's been proud of me, and she know that to say something and really know that you really didn't mean to say it right then, knowing that you wouldn't be where you're at if you were a certain age. Who thought? I didn't think I'm going to be here at 46 fighting. I didn't think I was going to be fighting at 38, 39. But things happen that sometimes we don't have too much control of, and sometimes we do. But we here. And just imagine, and that's not complaining about me. Not that you are, Kevin, but be happy I'm still here. Because one thing that I think we can say is that I'm not wasting nobody's time about fighting these fights, and I think that people got it, their money's worth tonight, at least it sounds like it. And I'm in there with a guy that I think that I'm probably, if you do the numbers, old enough to be his father. For a 46-year-old man to take on a young, strong, 28-year-old, there's a lot of people in his audience who never tried that and they never took a punch or anything, and I don't blame you. But I can tell you that a lot of that had to do with just me and staying in shape and believing in myself. And Golden Boy believing in me, Nazim believing in me, Moses believing in me, my trainers, my team. You know, I trained in Philadelphia, locked it down in the neighborhood, ran North Philly, ran the ghettos, seen old friends. They howled at me while I was running. They was in the car. I wanted that feeling. I wanted to go back to where I started from. I didn't go no fancy place. I didn't go different places to train. I stayed in Philadelphia because I wanted to see the struggle again. I wanted to see where I came up from. And I'm disciplined to train anywhere. I mean, I trained in South Beach for 4 years, 42nd and Collins. I mean, how many managers in this building would advise they fighter to train in Miami Beach? But this is what I'm saying is, Tim, is this is the discipline that I try to tell people that's non-boxing in the world, old, young, whatever, is that you can achieve your goal if you have patience, discipline, and a lot of prayer, and some good fortune along the way. It is a small percentage of it, but you have to curate your own luck. And I was willing to fail by winning tonight. That means that if I was going to get hit by making a fight and showing the world that I want this title, there's a risk. And I'm at this stage in my career I waited late, which might seem odd to y'all, because normally you do that when you're young, and you're safe when you're old or middle age.
Hey, Bernard, congratulations on your win, and
Thanks.
And thanks for everything you've done for the sport throughout the years.
Okay.
But I wanted to ask you, and I know it's still fresh, can you put this in any kind of perspective as to where this accomplishment ranks in the history of sports? Just not boxing, but in the history of sports?
I think it rates up there high to the point where they're going to have to rewrite the book on Bernard Hopkins. To be 46 years old in any sport and compete, but win. Not to compete, just to say you was there. There's a big difference in people analyzing this accomplishment. I'm closer to 50 than 40. And you know, I know a lot of 46-year-olds and they in bad shape. They never took a punch. Not you, Kerry. You in great shape. Kerry from HBO. He's in great shape. Trust me. I want to get him. He's in great shape. Trust me. I seen him work out. But I just feel, man, that a lot of it is genetics. A lot of it is taking care of myself and just believing in yourself. I mean, health and awareness, man. I'm the poster boy on taking care of yourself. And I hope everybody, you know, whether you was rooting for me or rooting for Pascal, as long as you've seen a fight that you can write about, that you have something to talk about. And whether I was up here as a winner or a loser, I was willing to give what I had to make people realize that I am something special. And when I leave, I hope y'all miss me.
You wrote the last chapter of Bernard Hopkins. When the movie is coming out? That's what I want to know.
Well, there's a guy named 39 over there named Artie Raven. Right there. He has a big checkbook. You got to ask him.
Right on.
Thanks, Dan.
I want to ask you one thing about the fight itself. What was up with the push-up? You like 7 pounds. You're not that kind of guy usually in your fight. You don't, do that sort of thing. What was the latest?
I've changed for the worse in my old age. You know I don't do that, Dan. You know, he was like, wait a minute. He's just like, I just felt, man, that I had to show this guy that he was fading and I was getting stronger. And so while he was trying to take his break and doing what he was doing, I wanted not to sit and wait for him to do this. I wanted him to see me doing something to say, this guy's crazy. He's doing push-ups. You know, I'm the king of mind games. Now, when I got up, I said, man, did I just do 5 push-ups? I don't know, about 4, 3 maybe.
I think you did 5. Bernard, can you take me back to when you scored a knockdown in that fight and the referee did not call it? Pascal's glove touched it.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was a knockdown. I just knew I hit him, and I thought that he touched, his glove touched. And I remember Tarver. I remember when I fought Tarver, his glove touched, and it's a knockdown. But the referee said it wasn't, and I just had to stay focused and say, okay. I didn't think the referee did a bad job. I think the referee did what he's supposed to do. And it's a quick call situation. I think the referee called it the way he seen it. I didn't want to, get into it was a knockdown. I just wanted to stay focused because Pascal is a sneaky, strong